If this is your very first video within the organizational behavior, well then welcome to the new topic and the new field. In this video I would like to talk about what does it mean to say organizational behavior and what kind of study this is. Well, we are going to have a definition over here, and then I will try to justify the existence of this field with this picture that may look a little bit hairy right now. So let's take a look at the definition itself. So organizational behavior is the field of study that investigates the impact that individuals, groups, and structure have on the, and now let me change the color, have on the behavior within the organization, so that we have some individuals, groups, and structure, and this is going to have some impact on the behavior within the organization. Maybe it still does not make a lot of sense right now, but let's think about it this way. Until the late, I think it was 1980s, the managers, the researchers, and the scholars believed, and let me move it so I can make it nicer. So until then, the researchers believed that we should study the hard sciences such as accounting. So let's say we should study accounting, or that we should study, let's say, okay, accounting is a nice example, in order to make organization much more efficient. So that, do we want to have a better organization? Well, let's study and let's work on the accounting, or let's say economics of the organization, and that way we can become better. Well, but at the late 1980s something happened, and since then the managers and as well the researchers realized that we have to study basically also the people. So people. If you would ask any kind of manager right nowadays, what is the main problem within the organization? Well, most of them are going to say that the problems are associated with people themselves. And this really is the justification for studying the organizational behavior. So that these individuals or people as a groups, what kind of impact do they have on the organization itself? So that is basically the definition. Now let's take a look at this little bit of hairy picture. Well, we have on the very left side, we have something that we call independent variables. And we have two of them. We have change and stress, and as a second we have a human input. And then on the other side of this very big picture and drawing, we have something that we call dependent variables. And maybe you understand that the dependent variables are dependable on the independent ones. And that is quite straightforward. You meet it quite often in your research. So that we have our independent variables, which are change in stress and human input. Now, as you see, these two are affecting a lot of things within the organization. So human input is affecting the ability, then the ability is affecting, let me try to find it, is affecting some individual decision making. And then it goes on and continues up here to the communication. Change in stress is as well affecting some values and attitudes, as well the communication. As you see, it's very complex structure, but you can see three main points. We are going to study the organizational behavior on three levels. There is going to be individual level, then there is going to be group level, and finally organization systems level. And also the upcoming chapters and the upcoming videos are going to be structured this way. That at first we look at the individuals within the organization, then we look at the groups, and finally at the organization as a system. Now, what is the outcome of this? All of these three levels and the parts within them are influencing something that we call human output, or sort of the productivity. So as well the group level and finally the individual level. All these are influencing human output. And then human output can be understood under several perspectives. The productivity, absence, turnover of our employees, then some deviant workplace behaviors, citizenship satisfaction. And those are dependent variables. Those are the things that are influencing our business. So, do we want to increase the productivity? Well, then let's take a look back and look at these complex systems. And that is exactly the organizational behavior studies.